Hi everybody, this is Shawna Odette from the Flying Cat Academy. Welcome to lesson number 86. This is a review lesson. Let's begin by setting up the table. You'll need your top 160 sight word list, and if you've moved on because the students completed all those words, then you'll need the top 290 word list. You can get that from the Flying Cat Academy website. Go to the guided lessons section and you'll see two pull down tabs there, and you want the extra resources section, and that's where you can find that sheet. You'll need the sight word study method teacher instruction sheet as well, and the student will need the sight word card pack. You'll need some blank index cards for introducing new sight words, a highlighter, markers, and some pencils. For the phonemic awareness drill, you'll need the teacher instruction sheet and the colored tiles for the student. For the visual drill and auditory drill, you'll need the teacher instruction sheets and the student's card pack. For the syllable card drill, you'll have to have the cards cut out and ready to go on the table. And today, we're going to have a little different element because we're talking about what the different prefixes mean. And you can write the meaning on the back of the card so you can share it with the student at the appropriate time. And you can find those meanings by just referring to your lesson plan. Look for the syllable card section, and they're all listed there. The magnetic letter tile drills for reading and spelling require the students, the teacher instruction sheet, and the cookie sheet with the letters spread in a rainbow shape for the student. You'll need the syllable pounding instruction sheet, the new phoneme grapheme kinesthetic discovery sheet, and the sheets for the lesson. You also will have a timer on the table because at this point you've probably introduced the fluency element. We need the student to be able to read with enough speed so that they can read for pleasure. And to do this, we have to work on fluency, which is speed, accuracy, and a natural expression. To do this, you have to have a secondary program introduced into the lesson, such as Read Naturally or the 6-minute reading solution. Let's do the sight word study method. Student, can you take out your sight words now? I'd like you to read through every word in your pack. When you read a word correctly, you'll put a check mark in the corner of the card. When you finish reading through all the cards, you'll give the card pack to your teacher, and then it's your teacher's turn to read. Your teacher will read each word and you will write them down. When you write a word correctly, then in the other corner of the card, you'll put a check mark. And teacher, you're ready with blocking strategies in case the student encounters difficulties. After you're finished, have a quick discussion about which of these words has been mastered. Mastered words will leave the card pack, and this creates space so that you can introduce a new sight word. Let's do the phonemic awareness drill. Today you won't be using your colored tiles. Instead, I'd like you to listen, and you're listening for either long vowel sounds in the word or short vowel sounds. And when you hear a long one, I'd like you to do a gesture of your choice. I suggest that you could just grab your earlobe, but you could do a different one, like maybe this is long and this is for short. Up to you, so use your creativity. Okay, think of a gesture. Now I'll tell you your first word and you repeat it. Be. Can you repeat that? I will be there for dinner. Okay, the vowel sound that you hear in that word, is it long or short? I hear a long one in that one. I hear the E sound, saying its name. Okay, how about this one? Dog. Can you repeat that word? I might say, I will take my dog for a walk. I really should do that. Okay, is it long or short? What's the vowel? I hear a short one. I hear the olive in dog. Ah, that short O sound. Okay, how about this one? Sail. Can you repeat that word? The boat has a big sail. Okay, long or short? I hear long, I don't know what your gesture is for that one, but long vowel sound, the A. Okay, how about this? Cue. Can you repeat that word? I grabbed a pool cue to play some billiards. Long or short? I hear a long one in that. I hear the ooh, which I know is part of the you. Remember that we're often lazy when we say you, and we just say the last part of that, we say ooh. Okay, how about this one? Get. Can you repeat that word? I will get a drink. Okay, is the vowel sound in get long or short? If you said short, you're right. I hear the eh. Eddie, inget. Okay, great job. Let's move on. Let's do the visual drill. You'll need your card pack for this one. What sound does this one make? Did you say kwa? Is that k and w? Kwa. If you did, that's right, as in quick. Okay, teacher, you can do about 6 to 8 cards in this way and then come back to me. Let's do the auditory drill. You'll need the same card pack for this one. Your sound is O. Can you repeat that sound? Now, what are all the different graphemes that you know that can make O? I want you to write down all the different ones that you know. And as you're writing them down, say O. And when you're finished, underline them and say O again. And then we'll check your work. Did you say that OW can make O? If you did, that's right. Happens in bow. And how about OE? The doe's toe, right? Happens at the end of words. And did you say OA? That's another way, right? In the middle of words, it often is like boat. And just the letter, just O can do it as well. It's the long sound of O. Okay, great job. Teacher, you can do about 6 to 8 flashcards in this way. Now it's time for the syllable card drill. You will read down all the syllables in column number 1, and then all the syllables in column number 2. Then you'll read across the rows making nonsense words. Finally, it's time to unscramble things. In today's lesson, the teacher in advance will have written the different meanings of the prefixes on the back of the cards, and this will help you in your discussions as you're discussing the meanings of the words and how the meanings change when we add different suffixes to the bases. And it'll help you as you're thinking about how to put them into sentences as well. Let's do some syllable pounding. How many syllables are there in the word exiting? Can you say that word? He was exiting from the rear of the movie theater. Okay, to find out, we're either going to put our hand under our chin and say the word again, or you can stretch out your arm, and as you say the word, your fingers will shoot out as each syllable happens. How many syllables are in exiting? Let's see. Exiting. My chin hit my hand 3 times, so I know there's 3 syllables. And really what I'm saying is I'm listening for vowel sounds, so there are 3 vowel sounds. Okay, how about this word? Misleading. Can you repeat that word? If I was bringing you down the wrong path, I'd be misleading you. How many syllables are in misleading? I hear 3 in that one. Okay, how about this? Ist. Can you repeat that? It's not a word on its own, but it's part of a word. Ist. How many syllables? I hear 1 in that one. I hear the I of itchy, that short I sound. Okay, how about this one? Non-existent. If something does not exist, it is non-existent. Okay, how many? Non-existent. I hear 4 in that one. Okay, it's time to do some syllable scooping. So can you take out your syllable scooping worksheet? Teacher, you have the answer key. And student, I'd like you to talk through your thinking as you're working on this sheet. Now it's time to pull out the adding suffixes worksheet. There are 2 worksheets here, and the worksheets are divided up into charts, and the charts are working you through the different syllable types. Each syllable type has a great rule of spelling that applies to that syllable type when we add a suffix to a base. And we need to know, if I'm looking at a closed syllable, which great spelling rule is going to kick in. And remember that these spelling rules kick in when we add a suffix that starts with a vowel. Okay, you're not going to have time to complete the whole sheet, but your teacher's got an eye on the time, and you want to at least do 1 of each syllable type. Do the magnetic letter tile drill for reading. Student, you're going to need your cookie sheet with your letters spread in a rainbow shape for this one. This is a 2-syllable word, so we're going to spell it in syllables. And think about, what syllable type am I looking at, and what type of suffix am I going to add? So can you say b? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Can you say I? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Can you say G? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Now tap it and say it. Did you say big? It was a big elephant. If you did, that's right. And did you spell it B-I-G? If you did, that's right. So that's your first syllable. Now I'd like you to add the suffix. Can you say eh? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Can you say s? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Can you say t? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Now tap it and say it. And I want you to look at the base and think, what type of base is that? What syllable type? Closed, open, vowel, consonant, silent E, or vowel team. Then you look at the suffix and you say, does that suffix start with a vowel? If it starts with a vowel, then ding, 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 that space between the base and the suffix is where a spelling rule is going to kick in. So make any changes to that word that you need to make. Did you spell that word B-I-G-G-E-S-T? If you did, that's right. The 1-1-1 rule kicks in because big is a closed syllable that has only one consonant at the end. So it's got the one vowel followed by only one consonant, and it's a one-syllable word. So if we want to add an ending, a suffix that starts with the vowel, E, we need to double the last consonant at the end of the base. Okay, great work. Put those tiles away and let's get ready for a new word. Okay, your sound is F. Can you repeat that word? Or sorry, can you repeat that sound? Now find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Can you say A? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Can you say D? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Now tap it and say it and make any corrections or additions that you have to make. Okay. Did you say this word was fade? If you did, that's right. My genes faded over time. But did you spell it F-A-D-E? Because I hear that long vowel sound of A. And so I'm thinking, it can't be a closed syllable. So the E comes in to just silently be at the end of that word to force the A to say its name. So that's the base, fade. It's a vowel consonant, silent E. And I want to turn this into faded. Can you add the suffix that we'd have to add and apply the spelling rule that we need to apply? Okay, did you spell it F-A-D-E-D? If you did, that's right. We drop the E and add the ending. And in this case, the suffix is ed. Okay, great work. Teacher, if you have time to do more words in this way, then please do so. And if not, then move on to the single word list, then the short story, and then that's where you'll add the fluency element. Now let's do the magnetic letter tile drill for spelling. You'll need your cookie sheet with your letters spread in a rainbow shape. Your word is agree. Can you repeat that word? If you think that someone's saying something that's correct, you agree with them. What's the first sound that you hear in agree? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. What's the next sound that you hear in agree? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. What's the next sound that you hear in agree? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. And what's the last sound that you hear in agree? Find the correct tile or tiles and pull them to the middle. Now tap it and say it. Did you spell this one A-G-R-E-E? If you did, that's right. I would like you to add a prefix onto this base. The base is a syllable that holds the main meaning, and now I want to add something onto the front. Could you add the prefix dis? So what's the first sound that you hear in dis? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. What's the next sound that you hear in dis? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. What's the last sound that you hear in dis? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Now tap it and say it. How does this prefix change the meaning of agree? Can you put disagree into a sentence? D-I-S-A-G-R-E-E was the correct spelling. Put it into a sentence and tell your teacher, how did it change the meaning of the word? Well, instead of being in agreement and we both think, oh, this is correct. Yeah, disagreement is when you don't both think that it's correct. One person thinks one thing, one person thinks another. And they have a disagreement, like an argument is a disagreement. Okay, so you've got disagree down there. Now I'd like you to add a suffix. What type of syllable type is agree? Is it closed, open, vowel, consonant, silent, E, or vowel team? It's a vowel team. We've got that double E, and we're used to seeing that one. So what is the rule when we have a vowel team and we're putting a suffix on it? Well, it's going to depend on if it starts with a vowel or not. So your word is disagree, meant. So what's the first sound that you hear in meant? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. And what's the next sound that you hear in meant? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. What's the next sound that you hear in meant? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. And what's the last sound that you hear in meant? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. So since it's starting with an M, we're just slamming it on. Doesn't matter that it happens to end in E. Okay, so did you now tap it and say the whole thing? So D-I-S-A-G-R-E-E-M-E-N-T, disagreement. Great job. Teacher, if there's more time enough, then you could do another word in this way. And if not, then student, I'd like you to grab your lined paper and a pencil, and we're going to write some single words. Your word is load. Can you repeat that word? I might say, I will load up the pack horse. Tap this word, tap each sound that you hear, then say the whole word, and then write it down. Did you spell this one L-O-A-D? If you did, that's right. Now, I'd like you to change this word by adding a prefix, un. So I'd like you to write unload. I will unload the dishwasher. Okay, did you spell it U-N-L-O-D? If you did, that's right. Now how about this one, low? Can you repeat that word? I will crouch down very low. So tap it, say the whole word, and write it down. Did you spell this one L-O-W? If you did, that's right. Now let's add something to this word to make it a bigger word. We're going to spell below. So do that now. Tap out the B and add it to the front of low. Did you spell this one B-E-L-O-W? If you did, that's right. How about this? Read, as in I will read a book. How would you spell that one? Tap it, say it, write it down. Did you spell this one R-E-A-D? If you did, that's right. Now add the suffix ing to make reading. Did you spell this one R-E-A-D-I-N-G? If you did, that's right. In vowel teams, the rule is slam it on unless it's ending in E. Okay, now it's time for sentences. So teacher, you'll read 3 sentences to the student, and the student will choose the 2 that will be written. Student, after you write the sentence, I'd like you to check it with chops. Do a quick review before you go. Student, you'll need your lined paper and a pencil for this one. Your sound is E. Can you repeat that sound? Now write down all the vowel teams you know that make the sound E. And we'll check your work. Did you get all three? EE, EA, and EY. Good job. Now, student, can you tell me, repeat the sound O? Okay, and I want you to think of all the vowel teams that can make the long O sound. And write them down right now. Say O as you're doing it. Then underline them and say O again. I can think of 3. All right, let's do a quick check. Did you get all 3? OA, OW, and OE. And which 2 of these are you going to find at the end of words? You'll find OW or OE. Finally, we've been talking about the great spelling rule that comes in for vowel teams when I want to add suffixes. How would I turn soap into soaping? Student, can you have a quick discussion with your teacher about the great spelling rule for vowel teams? Well, in this syllable type, it's slam it on. And that's just what I did. So soaping would be SOAPING. And that's the end of lesson 86. Great job today. This is Shawna Odette from the Flying Cat Academy.